All right, hello everybody. So another week of lessons at the Brookings Arts Council, and as always, my name is Shelby. So today we're going to be doing some positive negative kind of work. So as far as supplies, I just have regular paper like always. I do have some markers, but if you'd rather use colored pencils or crayons, or even like just pencils or like tech pens, if you've ever used those, that's fine. I wouldn't recommend paint for this one. I do have a pencil, and then I have an eraser too, so just a regular pencil and eraser. And so I want to talk a little bit about what positive and negative is. So positive space and negative space, and they work together. So positive space is the thing that you're drawing. So like if you're drawing your hand, it's your hand. If you're drawing a ball, it's the ball. It is what you're looking at in a piece of artwork. So the main idea. The negative space is like the air. So like me, like in this time, like I am the positive space. You're looking at me, you're listening to me, but like the air around me, so whatever, like my sculptures on top of my curio cabinet, my TV and everything, that would be the negative space. So if you cut those apart, you would keep me and throw that away. So that's how I kind of like to think of it. So a lot of time, negative space is what you end up throwing away if you're cutting something out. Like when you cut out, like if your teachers have you do like a directed draw and they don't want the background in it, they want to change the background, so they have you cut out, and the piece that you keep, the important part, is the positive space. So for this project, I want you to start, and we're gonna fold our paper in half. I'm just getting my markers open. So we're gonna fold our paper in half. Whichever way you prefer. I'm just folding it this way. You can fold it the long way if you'd want. And you're gonna draw a shape on one side of the paper. And just remember that you're gonna have to trace it on the other side, and we're gonna trace it with a marker. Or I am anyways, you don't have to. So I'm just gonna draw, like I kinda want my hand. So I'm gonna use my hand and I'm gonna line it up, and you want it, part of your hand, to touch that crease because you want it to mirror on the other side of that fold. So I'll show you. We'll get my hand traced. Okay, step one. Yep, so it opens this way. So you want to make sure that things line up along this folded edge right here. And I'm going to use markers because we're going to do a design on the positive space. And so whatever you want to use for a color for your positive space, it doesn't have to be the same as the outline. You're going to outline, so I'm going to use purple, and I'm going to outline my hand that I just traced, just so it's a little bit easier to see on the other side. Now, the next step is to trace that same thing on the other side of your paper, so that when you open it up, it's symmetrical. And symmetrical just means that it's the same on both sides of the line. So like your face is symmetrical. A circle would be symmetrical. It's the same on both sides. And so we just traced it in marker so that's easier to see. I'm gonna change the fold so that I can see that hand. You should be able to see kind of those ghost lines. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but when you press it down, you should be able to see, and you should be able to trace those lines again. So I'm tracing again. I'm using purple. If you want to use a different color, you're sure welcome to use a different color. If you don't want to use a different color, use the same like I am. It's up to you. And then one more finger, just the thumb, and then I'll open it up and show you what we're working with here. Okay, and I actually did mine on the wrong side. So I did mine wrong. I did mine exactly how I don't want you to do it. So I actually traced mine on both sides. So you need to trace it on the blank side. So I'm going to do it again quick just to show you. So that's something that can happen. You want to make sure that you don't do what I did, and you want the image to open up and be symmetrical and on both sides of your paper, not just front and back. We want them both on the front. So, okay, now we got it. So you open it up and it looks like that, super funky, super weird. And so on this side, we're gonna fill in the positive space, so the hand, the important part, with some kind of patterns. We talked about patterns before, so you could do polka dots or lines. You could do each finger a different one. You could do them all the same. Polka dots, lines, stripes, zigzags, diagonals, whatever kind of design you want to add to the positive space on this side. And then we have that line, remember, where we split it. So that line, we're going to act as a divide, and on the other side, we're gonna design in the negative space. So we're not gonna color in the inside of the hand, we're gonna color in the air or the space, that's negative space around the hand with a different pattern or design. And again, you can section it off however you want, but I want the positive space filled in on one side and the negative on the other. So this will be blank, but this will be patterned. And on the other side, positive space filled in, negative space left blank. So that is what I got for you today. As always, I will post a picture of my finished one. I'll finish it up for you so you can see it in with the document of supplies. So if you need like supplies and like a general overview, that'll be there too. And then if you want to share with us any of your projects or ideas or finished projects that you've worked on, like please do. You can always email us or like find us on Facebook. But that is all I have for today. So you guys have a great week, and you will be seeing me next week. So have a good one.